What is going on, everyone? My name is Eyes. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my dual-wielding melee build that I like to call Shinobi. Now with this build, we dual-wield melee weapons with the Pile Bunker. We use the Pile Bunker and the Laser Lance, or we sub the Laser Lance out for the Chainsaw. Now, both of these weapons in combination do an insane amount of DPS. I think we do usually around 15 to 16k with the Pile Bunker and Laser Lance, and then once we swap on the Chainsaw and we combo that, we usually do about 22k DPS in a combo, which is insane. Now, with that being said, let's get into what parts we're running and how we can achieve such high DPS numbers. Now, I will say before we get into our parts, the whole point of this build is to go for high impact to stagger easily. Once we stagger, we can go into our melee combo and basically one combo anything in the game. When I mean anything in the game, I mean non-bosses. Once we go into bosses, though, we do high damage on them. We usually take about half their health bar off a combo, if not more. Now, with that being said, let's go into our right arm unit. Now, for our right arm unit, we're running the Zimmerman. The Zimmerman has high impact and high attack power, allowing us to stagger enemies easily to go into our melee combos. Now, for our back right shoulder weapon, we are running the Warger. Now, this is a laser shotgun that has decent impact and decent attack power, which allows us to basically just shoot the Zimmerman, swap over to our laser shotgun, shoot that, and keep spamming it until our Zimmerman gets back up, swap back over, and just repeat until they're staggered, or they're close to being staggering, and then go into our melee combo. The laser shotgun can be subbed out. I'm still kind of looking for a best in slot. I don't have all the parts in the game, so there might be something here that's better that I'll try to figure out, and if so, I'll do an updated melee build in the future. But for right now, I found the laser shotgun to be really well with dealing with enemies, applying stagger, and also those enemies that have shield like Balteus, it does a decent job of getting that down as well. Now let's get into our left arm weapon, which is the meat and potatoes of this build, the Pile Bunker. Pile Bunker does an insane amount of damage once we stagger the enemy and we go in for the melee hit. I've seen the Pile Bunker hitting above 10k, 11k, somewhere in that range. It does an amazing amount of DPS. It allows us to hit high damage combos and basically one-shot any AC out there if they're not a super beefy, tanky boy. Now for our left back shoulder weapon, we are running the Laser Lance and the Chainsaw. Now it depends on the enemy type that you're going against. I would say you run the Chainsaw against enemies like Balteus that are tanky, that you can get a stagger, and they're staggered for a good decent chunk. And if they're big frames, big ACs that have big hitboxes, you can also get away with the Chainsaw as well. Now when you're going against quick ACs that can dash a lot, that can dodge, you want to use the Laser Lance, because the Laser Lance has that dash, that tracking, that dodge, that you can go in, charge the Laser Lance, hit them, stagger them, and then you go into your Pile Bunker and you finish them off. Now for our head unit, I'm running the VP44D just because it has decent AP, good altitude stability, system recovery, and overall it just looks really cool. Now for our core, we run the Ephemera. This core is lightweight, has great generator output, has decent AP, and basically the whole point of this build is to run low quick boost reload time and low energy recharge delay. This way we can constantly be on the aggressive, pushing enemies, applying that stagger, and going into our melee combos. Our arms, we're going with the Basho. The Basho arms have decent AP, but the main thing about them is they have really high melee specialization. The more melee specialization we have, the higher damage our melee weapons will hit for. For our legs, we're going with the Ephemera legs. Now the Ephemera legs have decent AP, okay, everything else, they have really good anti-explosion and energy defense, but the main reason we're going for them is just to get that quick boost reload time as low as possible. Now you could run other legs, you can definitely substitute legs out here. We have decent enough room, but keep in mind when you're swapping legs in and out, or if you're trying to change some parts on the build, you want to keep the quick boost reload time and energy recharge delay low as possible. So this way we can keep on the aggressive and apply that stagger. Now for our boosters, we're running Gills. Gills gives us the lowest possible quick boost reload time that we can. It has decent thrust, decent speed, pretty good energy consumption, quick boost energy consumption. Now the melee attack thrust is definitely very low, but I've played with it. I've tried, running the other booster where it gives us max melee thrust, and it's very hit or miss. Sometimes it works really well with the Laser Lance, other times you really don't need that at all. So I would say play with it to see how you like it, but definitely Gills, in my opinion, is the best in slot for our booster. Now for our FCS, we're running the FCS G2 P05. This allows us to have decent close range assist as well as really good medium range assist. Now I've tested to run with max close range assist. And again, most of the times, you're not really going to be in a mech's face. You're going to be kind of that medium range. And long range, you're never going to be, since we're running dual shotguns. Long range is basically useless. So medium range is that happy medium, in my opinion, to where you can kind of be in their face, but at the same time, if they're dashing around a bunch and they're trying to create distance, medium range is where you're going to want just where your shots land 100% of the time, or, you know, close to 100% of the time if you're in PvP. Now for our booster, we're running the Ming Tang. Now the Ming Tang, like I said, gives us the lowest possible energy recharge delay that I've seen. Obviously, there might be some other generators that do. I haven't got all the parts from the, you know, like battle logs and stuff yet, so I'm not too sure if there is a better one, but like I said, if there is, I will update the build in the future. But for right now, the Ming Tang allows us to get under that second energy recharge delay. The other ones, like I said, like, it'd be nice to run some of the other boosters, but they just give way too high energy recharge delay, which does not allow us to constantly be on the aggressive and boost and keep recharging our energy so we can keep boosting. So the main thing, you get it really on, and you can basically play with this throughout your whole game. So it is best in slot for now. Now the expansion, I do run Pulse Armor, but I am going to swap it out to Assault Armor, just because Assault Armor allows us to be a lot more aggressive. Pulse Armor is nice for running PvE, but if you're doing PvP, definitely Assault Armor is the way to go. Now we're going to get into some boss showcasing. We're going to start with Balteus here. We hit a few shadow shots into a Pile Driver. We take away all of his shield basically. Hit him with a few more laser shotgun, hit that stagger, and then we go in with our chainsaw. Now, the chainsaw is so deadly against tankier ACs or bigger hitbox like ACs like this boss, Balteus. We hit that into a Pile Bunker, which takes away like 50% of his health, and then we just try to stagger him again with these mineral laser shotgun. Try to hit a Pile Bunker to take away his shield, but we miss, unfortunately, so we just keep coming back, keep swapping back and forth between our shotguns. He does, unfortunately, hit a stagger on us, but it's fine. We stagger him here, so we go into our chainsaw, which almost kills him, but we finish him up with a Pile Bunker. Now, like I said, this combo is crazy powerful. It does a lot of damage, hitting over 20k when we hit both of our melee weapons, and it just absolutely shreds bosses. Now we're going to look at Cell 240. Since he is a quicker and faster boss in AC, we are going to go with a laser lens so we can track easier to hit the stagger. Now even with the laser lens, we do an insane amount of damage, up to 60-70k combo. We try to go for the laser lens stun, which we do hit into the Pile Bunker, and there goes 60% of his health. Now this is phase 2 instead of phase 1, because if you were going to phase 1, have him reanimate to go to phase 2. When we show phase 2, it's basically the same as phase 1. So we just go for another stagger with our shotguns, try to hit another laser lance, and it tracks perfectly. We hit him with a stun, and we just finish it up with a Pile Bunker. Now, like I said, this build does insane damage even against lighter ACs with the laser lance, and once we go against those really tanky ACs, you can just see how we do against Balteus. Just shred him as well. Now let's take a look at some PvP. Now, don't be discouraged when you're doing PvP. It is a hard build to use. It requires a lot of practice, a lot of skill to get the combos down. I myself am still learning it. I do miss some combos sometimes. I'm not quick enough on the swapping to Pile Bunker, you know. So it is definitely a hard build to use, but it is so like satisfying when you do get a combo to go off. So now he's just sitting here trying to stagger me using his flamethrower to kind of block my vision. So I'm just dashing around trying to hit that stagger. I do hit the lance, but I just missed the Pile Bunker because I'm not quick enough on the combo. So we just got to go reset, try to stagger him a bit, go into the lance charge again, hit that stagger, and this time I'm quick enough to hit it, and we win. Now we go into round 3. It is 1-1 right now. Now, like I said, this build is so satisfying to use, and when you use it like effectively and correctly, you can just see the power and the damage numbers pop up, and it's just so nice to just one-shot somebody from like 60-70% of health just to nothing. Now again, he's trying to just play range on me. It's like I said, that's why we have that dash. We hit that laser charge to track. He's trying to play behind me. That flamethrower is annoying. It's in my face. I go for the stagger, hit into the Pile Bunker, and there goes 60% of his health. Again, we just keep dashing around, hit the lance charge, try to guide him. We get him there. We just keep dashing, try to apply that stagger, and we just take him out with our Zimmerman because he's so low health already. So, like I said, it definitely is a really good PvP build if you can hit your combos and hit the stagger. I'm still trying to tune it to PvP. This is more of a PvE build, but 100% works in PvP. You don't have anything to worry about. The build is so powerful. It does so much damage, and you can really see it shine whenever you're going against bosses or going against tanky ACs. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy the build, and if you do, if you wouldn't mind pressing that like button and subscribe, it means a lot to me, and it lets me know to keep putting out videos like this in the future. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night or day, depending on where you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.